So, I was debating, and I'm probably still internally debating, whether or not I wanted to talk about this. And I debated, and I've been debating it for I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 days almost. And I just came to the conclusion that I think there was something else worth talking about more in all of this. Yes, my hair's a mess. It's a Monday, it's raining outside. My hair decided it wasn't going to do anything kind to me, and I didn't feel like doing my makeup because I like to let my face breathe. But today's topic is I deserve respect. And this comes up because a couple things happened over the weekend. I'm not going to get into it because that's not the point of this video. The point is I was kind of forced to self-reflect a lot of kind of all of the stuff I've put up with over the years. Stuff being like when I was in grade school, I've mentioned I was bullied a lot. And I'm talking about a lot. And it wasn't just my classmates. There were some family members that were involved in that. And growing up, I always felt apart from a lot of different groups of people. I remember having friends, and then I'd go to school the next day, like after the weekend, and find out that they all hung out together, but I wasn't invited. I found out that, different family members used to go out together and go shopping or go do all of these things together, but I wasn't ever considered to be invited. Now, I'm sure there was probably different factors involved in all of that. I know my parents didn't always let us go out a lot of places with friends. They were very cautious for good reason, but, for a kid, it's still hard. And family, we were considered well off, so sometimes it wasn't a thought that we needed anything, and that wasn't the point for me either way. For me, it was always that I wanted to be considered. I wanted for someone to think about me when they wanted to go out. Like, I have friends now. I have one that I just went down to the valley this weekend to go see because she's having a baby, and she wanted me there. She was like, I understand if you can't make it because you live so far away now, but you're invited if you can. And I tried my best to make it, and I did manage to go. But that's what I want. She understood that I couldn't necessarily go because, distance, and we travel a lot, we got a lot of stuff going on. But she still wanted to make sure that I knew that she wanted me there. And that's what this video is about. There have been some things that went on this weekend that made me seriously question the kinds of things that I've put up with, because I've always felt like it wasn't everyone else's fault for excluding me or for speaking certain ways about me or doing certain things around me or how they were treating me, talking about me, so on. It was my fault because I had all of these things, or maybe, I was like this, or maybe it was like that. And this weekend got me so riled up with what happened that I just decided that's it. I'm worth more than that. And it took me a long time to decide that. This long, to be exact. 20 some years. But I'm done. I have made the decision that I don't want people in my life who think so little of me. I know that I can be a lot sometimes. I'm aware of that, and I try to make a conscious effort not to be over the top for certain things. I try to be reasonable, and I try to be aware that I can have a short fuse on certain subjects. But the people who care about me don't care about that stuff. And the people who care about that stuff tend not to be there for me anyway. So I've decided I'm going to try to be a better person for me, but stop caring about the people who don't expect or don't think very highly of me. And part of why this was such a hard thing for me is because sometimes that includes family. And when we talk family, it's, the biological family, the people that you were born to, your, aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your, siblings sometimes, and all of these people who you were born to are considered your family. And there are so many people who say, that's your family. Family's family no matter what. And I am tired of that, because I felt like I've given so much to people who don't give a damn about me. And I'm tired of it, because it just makes me feel terrible. It makes me feel like I don't matter anymore, because suddenly these people matter more than the way that they've made me feel, more than the fact that they've excluded me on so many occasions for so many different reasons. Now, but if you're one of those family members that feels a little bit like defensive about it because you've been there for me, it's not about you. It's about people who just don't care or don't give me a chance because they have some preconceived notions. And I'm done with that. And I've been told it multiple times by my friends who've always been my family. And I made a video before about, the kinds of things I want to put up with for my kids, and teach them that family is about more than just the people that you're born with, because, family is my maid of honor. Family is my friend who invited me to her baby shower, even though I'm 3.5, 4 hours away from her. Family is my friends who see videos like this where I'm obviously upset and who call me afterwards just to make sure that I'm okay. Family is my mom checking up on me to make sure that I drove home okay. Family is my sisters who stand up for me when I can't stand up for myself. That is what family is, and that's what family should be. Family shouldn't be people who make you feel awful about yourself. Yes, family is supposed to push you to be better. My mom doesn't let me get away with being lazy, with expecting less of myself. But she also encourages me and loves me and gives me the support I need to be better. When you're going through difficult times, it's easy to feel like it's your fault and that everybody else is treating you a certain way, but that's not true. Yes, sometimes when you make a mistake, family can get upset with you, people can get upset with you, and hurt because you made a mistake. But family, people who care, good people who genuinely care about you, will help forgive you, will help you grow from that. That's what I decided to make this video about. Because what happened this weekend didn't matter. What happened was what I learned. And I learned that I want family to mean people who love me, people who will do what they can to be there for me, people who don't think so little of me as to insult me. I know that it's hard during election years because politics gets in the way and people keep saying things like family shouldn't talk politics. I had a really good conversation with my cousin the other day about politics. It wasn't very long, it wasn't very in-depth, but we just chatted about it, and me and him don't agree on things. We are have different opinions about the election coming up, but we still care about each other. I had a good conversation with him, and I still respect him and consider him my family because he was respectful about it. He didn't start name calling, he wasn't upset or offended, he just answered my questions and I responded in kind. And that's what I expect from my family. We don't have to agree. I have plenty of friends all over the place, from far left to far right to the middle to everywhere in between, and the reason why I still consider them my friends and my family is because they are respectful. Because when I have questions, I know that I can ask them, and they're not gonna get offended or start yelling at me or being offensive. They are going to genuinely take the time to answer my questions and try to have a reasonable discussion with me. And if we both know that we're getting a little heated, which I know I'm capable of, we can just walk away and be like, I think we can have to agree to disagree. I have these conversations with my husband because I like to know where we stand. I like to know why he thinks certain ways. And I do the same thing with my sisters, the same thing with my friends. Because I want to be educated and I want to expect more from myself. And I don't want to just say, I follow this person because they seem okay. I want to say, I follow this person because they represent this. I believe in these things. I follow these things. I have friends who are of different religions than I do. And that's fine because we respect each other. If they have questions, I want to answer them honestly. I want them to know that I'm going to do my best to give them good, honest answers to the best of my ability. And that if I have questions, they can do the same. It's so easy these days, especially with social media, that you can hide behind this profile. You can block the people who don't matter to you or that you don't agree with so that you don't feel like somebody else is challenging you. It's just, with all of these things, it's easy to be disrespectful, to be arrogant, and to insult a whole bunch of people. But we shouldn't. I know that I can offend people sometimes, and I don't mean to. And if I offend you, you let me know, and I will do my best to make it up to you, because it's not my intentions. My intentions are to have good conversations, to share opinions and thoughts, and to grow together. I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm trying to say in this video that I am done with people who cannot respect me, who don't want to include me, because I don't want to beg for my place in their life. I have friends who, again, live so far away that just, they'll say, hey, we need to go shopping someday. I'll try to visit you when I can, or when you visit, we'll try to make time. I have friends who are here who they go on vacations and they say, hey, I know we said we were going to meet up, but family came in and said we needed to visit. Can we reschedule? Who put in that effort to say that, let's try to make something happen. Who care enough to do that. Who can disagree with me and still have respect for me. For the longest time, I didn't think it was possible because I felt like if I pushed everyone away who didn't think so much of me, who insulted me, I wouldn't have anybody left. I remember in elementary school when there were instances of family, of people, classmates, whatever, who insulted me, who bullied me, and I thought I had to put up with it because who they were was supposed to have meant something. And I don't want to anymore because I know that I'm strong enough to put up with it. I have for this long, but I don't want to have to be. Because my family should respect me just because I'm a person. Because my friends should love me because they like who I am. I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody. When I have to go to family events because it's the holidays and I go to visit. When I want to go visit my family that does care about me and other family are there, I'm not going to walk out. I'm not going to be rude. But I'm also not going to try to make something of us that we're not. And I don't want to hold grudges. I forgive. That doesn't mean that I'm going to let you hit me again. It doesn't mean I'm going to let you come back into my life just to do the same thing again. I'm going to expect more from the people that are in my life because I expect that of myself. If I do something to offend, to upset, to hurt somebody, I expect them to hold me to a higher standard and make sure that I mean it when I apologize. That I try my best to make it up to them because you don't get to decide if you hurt somebody. If you hurt somebody and they tell you, you don't get to decide whether or not, oh, I hurt them a lot, or it shouldn't have offended them, it shouldn't have hurt them. It did. You don't get to decide otherwise. It's up to you to make it right. But at the same time, if they don't respect you either, why are you going to waste your efforts on somebody who obviously doesn't care enough to return the favor? And I know that means that I'm probably going to have a lot less people in my life than when I started. But I hope it also means that the quality of people that are in my life are a lot better, and that they genuinely care about me. They don't just say happy birthday on my Facebook profile because it notified them. They don't just congratulate me on life events because there was a notification on their feed. And it's a really hard decision to come to, because it means acknowledging that there are people in your life who aren't the kind of people you want, who aren't what you thought they were. And I think that hurts the most, to realize that someone you held up to higher standards, who you had a high opinion of, suddenly dashes that and proves you wrong. And it's okay to feel hurt, to feel angry, to feel frustrated, to want to yell and scream. That's fine. You were hurt. You're disappointed. I know I was. But then you got to decide what you're going to do next. And for me, it means if you care, you'll put in the effort and you'll prove to me that you care. But if you don't want in my life, I don't need you in it. I have so many people who love me and who care about me that it's not worth my time to care about people who don't care about me. I'm sure some people are going to get upset by this and offended and all sorts of things, but it's about time I stood up for myself and not just everyone else. Yeah, it's about time, right? If you have any similar experiences, or you want to drop a comment or share your opinions, feel free to drop a comment on here, or send a private message or whatever. I'm opening to listening. I'm not going to change that. But thanks for listening.